Hi, welcome to Silent Dragon Yoga. I'm Nancy. Today we'll have a 40-minute yoga session, gentle to medium, Hatha yoga, centered around the theme of the yogic ethic of truth, or Satya. Find a comfortable seat now on your mat, one that allows your spine to be straight. I like to have my hips above my knees. Bring your attention into your breath, breathing deeply. Let the mind fall down into the body. Bring hands to the sides of the hips or ankles. Extend out with a big inhale, slowly raising the arms, stretching out through the fingers, bringing palms together, pausing at the top, exhaling down. We'll have about 5 minutes of breathing and then go into warm-ups and postures. Inhale once again. Welcome in the integrity of your heart, the truth of your heart. Let hands come to the thighs. Take a soft gaze or let the eyes shut. Welcome in a dirga breath, deep into the belly, diaphragm ballooning down into the abdomen, lower ribs expanding, collarbones expanding, space between the shoulder blades in the back, and long exhale. Satya means truth, and here we'll define it as integrity to yourself, integrity to your life. Breathing and yoga soften us. They open our hearts. Bring us into more honesty as to who we are and what life we are living. No pretense. Breathing and moving into our own unique self-expression. Bring the hands together at heart center. Make a flower with your hands, small fingers together, thumbs together, and the other fingers spread out, as if you are a flower, often a lotus in yoga, spread out at your heart. Inhale the flower open. Exhale, let it close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. And continue for 3 more breaths. Breathing into the integrity of the heart. Now letting hands rest together, palms together. Start a new Ujjayi breath, contracting the back of the throat, making the sound of the ocean through your throat and head. As if you're fogging up a mirror as you exhale. We live in challenging times. Right now, in the midst of a pandemic, with fear and anxiety, restraint. You may be listening to this video at a different time, but there will be events, relationships, causing anxiety even then. Everything changes in life, And so the expression of our integrity changes. Let hands come down to the thighs and just breathe naturally. Developing a flexibility through the top of the body, from the waist up. Our truth may develop into a new knowing as it adjusts in an appropriate way to living life with integrity, expanding in some ways, contracting in others. Today, as we do our yoga, let the integrity of the pose, the firm base of the pose, merge with the truth of your body and become flexible in the top of the body as it adjusts to life as it is. Remove any props that are underneath you and come to a lying position on the mat. Bring knees bent above hips. Hands come over the kneecaps. So knees are bent and hands capped over them. Bring the knees forward towards the chest with the hands out in opposite directions and back around. Hands guiding the knees in circles, smaller or larger, depending on the strength of your abdominal muscles, on the range of motion in your hips. If they are small, this is the beginning, the gradual opening of hips, increasing the range, and then back around the opposite direction. Two more times. And coming to center. Let the left leg come out straight. Pull the right knee back towards the chest. Extend long from the right knee down through the left heel. Bring the right knee over towards the right armpit, opening up through the hip and the thigh. Release that leg down. Bring the left knee up to the chest. Hug the left knee in. Bring the left knee over towards the left armpit. Release that knee and bring both knees bent above the hips. Arms come back to cradle the head. Head and shoulders rise. Draw in through the pelvic floor. Press down in the muscles underneath the navel. Right leg extends out. Left knee comes up towards the chest. Press down through the lower back and back and forth in leg extensions, toning the lower abdomen, part of the basis for many of the postures that we do. If you need to make it a little easier, let the feet come up to about 45 degrees. If you want more challenge, let the feet come out straight. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let head come back down. Knees are bent still over the hips. Arms are horizontally coming out from each shoulder. Let the hips fall over to the left, hover above the floor, and come back up through center, over to the right, hover, up, over, hover, middle, right, hover, up, left, hover, and come up. Now bring the arms so they are along your sides, fingers coming down towards the bottom of the mat. Feet come down 3 or 4 inches below the buttocks. Press into the soles of the feet and the shoulders as the hips and arms rise, coming up into moving bridge. Arms come up overhead and then back with hands and buttocks coming down onto the mat together. Once more, hands and hips rise, press into the soles of the feet, hands come up and come back. Now we'll come up into bridge. Tuck the shoulders under, press into the soles of the feet as hips rise. Press into the upper parts of the arms. Hands might clasp underneath the hips. Glutes are strong. Belly's rising up, long from shoulders. Energy going down from shoulders across the hips to the knees, down through the soles of the feet, into the earth. Firm through the arms so that the upper body can be flexible, reaching up towards the sky. One more breath here. Release the arms, hands, and come down through the spine and stretch out the legs. Bring arms up above the head and let one wrist take the other hand and wrist, stretching up as the foot stretches down long on one side. And then hand taking the wrist on the other side, stretching long on that side. Just stretch it out. And then bring arms around. Come up to a sitting position on the mat. Bring the hands so that they are behind the thighs, just above the knees. Come up on the toes and let the body come back on the soft tissue just behind the sits bones. You could stay here. You could raise up your legs. Hands could remain behind the thighs, strong through the belly, pulling up through the pelvic floor. Hands might come out to the sides. Long from tailbone, up through shoulders and crown. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. And bring it down. Come around to a child's pose. Let's have a child's pose with the knees wide. So my knees are wide and my feet together in the back. Stretch out with hands to the front. Enjoy that broadness through the hips. Now bring the forearms back and let the shins come straight down from the knees with the feet bending out. So my ankles are flexed and my leg is somewhat like a frog's leg. So I'm bent at the knee, bent at the ankle. And my hips may come back a little bit and forward, just stretching a bit through the hips and legs. And find what part of this is appropriate for your body as you gradually stretch into yoga. And then come up to a tabletop position. Hands are directly under shoulders and knees under hips. Let's open the spine in the front and back. Inhale. Stomach sinks, sternum rises. Exhale, back arches. Inhale, open the heart. Exhale, protect the heart within. And come back to neutral. Bring the weight into the right hand. Left arm rises and comes under the armpit. I'll show you on the other side. So hand comes under the armpit, comes through. I come down on the side of my head and my shoulder. The other arm reaches up and comes around. It can stay up here. The arm might be down here. So please be sensitive to shoulder issues on this one. Find where you should be for the body you inhabit. Opening up through the chest just a little bit here. If you've wrapped the arm, bring it back around and come up. Coming on to the other side, right arm rises, comes through, and come down, this time on the right side of your head, or the opposite head of your head that you were on the other side, and come around. I'm doing the same side twice. Release and unwind, and come up. Come down into a prone position on your stomachs. Bring your chin down to the mat and arms come along the sides, palms up. Lift the right leg, stretch down through the right leg, feel it all the way up through the lower back, and then lift for 3, down, up for 2, down, and 1. Now the other side. Left foot stretches back and lifts, down, lifts, down, and one more time. Now bring the hands back under the shoulders once again. The right arm comes across horizontally under the shoulders. So my right forearm is under the shoulders horizontally. Left leg bends, left hand comes back, perhaps for a piece of clothing, an ankle, or the foot. First of all, let the hand pull that foot towards the buttocks. Feel a stretch in the front of the quad. Let the quad expand into its own integrity. Then if it works for you to push back and lift that quad just a little bit, go ahead and come back. Now left arm comes up under the shoulders, left arm horizontally across the mat under the shoulders. Right leg bends, right hand comes back to clothes or ankle or foot. Pull that foot or leg in, relax through the quad, stretch. Then pushing hands, if you like, into the hand and letting the quad come up a bit. Let the quad come down. Both arms now come back around behind, alongside of the body. Both legs bend. Take some part of the leg with the hands. You might just stay like this, or you might push feet into hands, anchoring on the hips, pivoting, letting chest, waist open, quads open. 3, 2, and 1, and come down. Bring hands under the cheek and relax down. Come back to that integrity of the heart, the softness of the heart. Bring hands under shoulders and come up to a standing position. Bring your weight onto your feet fully. Feel the balls under the feet, the toes, the soles of the feet, the heels. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Let hands come about a foot in front of the feet. Weight into the hands and the feet. Lifting up through the back. Knees are soft, bring hands to shins. Press into shins, elongate through spine. Breathing. Knees are soft, hands come to opposite elbows. Let everything dangle down like a necklace of pearls. Each vertebrae separating a bit from the one below. Feel your breath. Knees are soft as hands come out to the side and up. Bring palms together in steeple fingers with the forefingers pointing up and the others folded. Press down through feet. Inhale up through the whole body, up through the fingers. Exhale over in one direction, stretching through the side. Inhale up. Exhale over. And up. And over. Up. And over. Let hands come around. Hands come to sacrum in the back, fingers down, elbows coming towards each other. Inhale up through sternum, gaze rises. Exhale, knees bend, arms cross, fountain arms up. Come back behind to sacrum once again. Inhale up through sternum. Exhale, knees bend, cross arms, perhaps in the opposite direction, and fountain up. And bring hands down and around. Come to the bottom of your mat. And then come down onto your knees. We're going to do forearm planks and forearm down dogs. So clasping the hands, we're going to come down onto the forearms rather than onto the hands. We'll start with a forearm plank. Hands are clasped, I'm on my forearms, and I stretch out. Again, you could be with knees down or knees up. Straight line if your knees up from shoulders to hips to heels for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now walk the feet up as if you're coming into a downward dog, and we call this a dolphin. Stretch back through the arms, through the legs. Knees can be soft at first. Paddle a bit as they stretch out in the back. Now bring knees down. And we'll come into a lunge. You could do a knee down lunge, or you might come up into a knee up lunge. So depending on knees and hips, you might even come forward and then come back into a knee down lunge, or stay knee down. Either one is fine. I'll be knee up for the first one. Arc the hands back and forth. Strong through both feet, legs coming towards each other. Now let hands pause and sweep forward, gaze and hands come up, firm through the feet, thighs coming towards each other, and let the hands come down. Come down onto knees once again. Left foot comes forward. Choose which kind of lunge you would like to do, knee up or knee down. I will choose knee down this time. Strong, firm through the feet, earth coming up to meet. Arms arc along the sides, loosen through the front, the top of the body as you're firm through the bottom of the body. Then letting the hands come to a pause, reach them up, gaze comes up, push down with the feet, the knees, Bring forth all the integrity of your strength, and with flexibility, swing the arms down. Bring the knees together once again, hands clasped. Come down once again onto forearms with hands clasped. Bring the hips up into dolphin. Stretch back through chest, hips. Walk feet back into plank. Then bring your knees wide on the mat and come back once again into that wide-kneed child's pose. So my knees are wide, my feet are together, hands stretched out in front of me. Just stretch back. Come back to the openness of the heart. Now bringing hands back, we're going to come into a squat. Your squat may look different according to your expression of squat. So it might be like this, or you might have a block underneath you for some support. Or you might be able to bring elbows, hands together between the knees. Find your position to just encourage the stretching of the inner thighs, the opening of the hips, and you might be with hips farther up. So there are lots of different ways to do a squat. Find the place that's right for you. Then coming to a standing position, we're going to do a balance. Today we're going to do a stork. Bring the weight into the left foot, up the left side of the body. Right leg bends up, arms come to the waist to begin. Tap that toe down and up a few times, just to get your body used to this balance. Then let the knee bend, get a good focal point. Energy up through the left side of the body. Arms come out as wings. And if it works for you to let the wings of the stork fly a bit, root down through that foot, just like a stork, into the mud and water. And be flexible to the ripples, to the fish passing, to any situations of your life. This is integrity. Arms come in. Bring the weight down into the other foot. Bring the knee up and tap it down. Weight down into the foot, energy up through the body, focal point, toe tapping down a few times. Bend the knee, let it hang up there like a imagined stork. Arms come out in wings and fly. Steady and strong through the balancing leg so that you can have flexibility and flow in other areas of your body and life. And bring it down. We're going to do a warrior two. So bringing the legs into a wide stance or a narrow stance, depending on your body. Medium. Find where you need to be for this. The front knee comes down towards the second toe. Toes in the front foot towards the front of the mat. The back foot is at 60 degrees. The front heel coming back towards the arch in the back foot. Emphasis on strength here in the hips, in the inner thighs. Pressing down through both feet, back, sole of the back foot, as well as the front foot. Wide through the shoulders, extending arms out, gaze goes out over the front fingertips. Feel the strength in the bottom of your body. And in the spirit of flow in the top of your body, let's bring that front arm around in a circle in front of your body. 2 times in one direction and 2 times in the other direction. Back through Warrior 2, gaze goes forward. Back arms comes down, runs down the thigh in the back, and the front arm reaches up towards the stars, the sun, the clouds, whatever life is giving us. And come back through Warrior 2. Hands come to waist. Shift the feet to their opposite way. So the front foot is the opposite foot now. Front leg bends. Knee comes right over ankle towards second toe. Wide through the hips. Strong. Feel the energy of the earth beneath your feet. Arms extend out. Long between the fingers. Gaze over the front fingertips. Feel the firmness of this pose, its strength. And then circle that arm 2 times around and the other direction. Front arm rises, back arm comes down, slides down the back leg, reach up towards the sky. Let your whole truth and integrity open. Weight through the feet as you come back and hands come to your waist. Bring the feet together and we'll come down to a sitting position. Legs are extended out in front. Long between tailbone and crown. Bring arms up to cactus. Inhale up through crown. Exhale over just a few inches. Tuck through the tummy for good support. Inhale up. Exhale over once again. Inhale up. Exhale over, strong through the abdomen. Let hands come wherever they will on the legs. Knees are very soft as the upper body slowly comes down just as far as is right for you. Coming into yourself, into the deepest expression of your heart, your own integrity and truth. Inhale as hands trace up legs and come down to a lying position. Let your body relax down into the mat. For just one moment, bring the arms out to the sides. Bring the soles of the feet together. So my knees are open, soles of feet together, arms stretched out horizontally from the shoulders. Tuck the shoulder blades in a bit for some expansion through the chest. Breathe, opening through the front of the body. Let the heart breathe broadly, openly. Now we'll come into a restful Shavasana. You can keep your hands and arms in this position and your legs in that position if you would like, or if you would find it more restful to come into a typical Shavasana with legs extended down and arms by your side. Either one is fine. Wherever you are, relax. Have faith that in this softness there is openness and goodness. That in our most natural state of moving and relaxing, the best of us comes forward. Relax down through the back of the head and the back of the neck, the shoulders, tops of arms, lower arms. Feel the air in your palms. Melt down between the shoulder blades, waist, hips, pelvis relaxed, knees, ankles, soles feeling the air passing. And breathe in and through the heart. Remain lying here if you would like, or lengthen your breathing and bring some movement to fingers and toes. Perhaps turn wrists and ankles. Give your knees a hug. Bring the compassion of your heart to yourself, to the world. Roll over and come up to a brief sitting position. Hands to heart center. May we be safe. May we be spacious. May we be steadfast and firm. And may we be flexible to life. Namaste. Thanks for practicing. Be well.